Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another session of Tarot Spills the Tea. All right. This is a tarot reading today on Miss Falynn Gubadia. All right. How did Falynn Gubadia get here and why? But first, I need to tell you who I am. I am Indigo Sage, an awakened soul. And I do have a spiritually based website at unapologeticallysage.com. You can also find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. All right, under Unapologetically Sage. Now let's sage this out.
But first, before we continue, what I need you all to do is bring your beautiful eyes to the bottom of your screen, no matter what screen you're looking at, whether that is your iPhone, your Android, your Cricket, your whatever screen, whether it's an iPad, a laptop, a notebook, whether it's your flat screen or big booty screen TV, whatever screen you're looking at. Bring your beautiful eyes to the bottom of it and look at that red bar at the bottom, and what it says is, this is for entertainment purposes only, and every single word is what? Alleged, and not to be used as facts. So anytime that you see this red bar at the bottom, the sentence inside applies.
Normally, I do give a summary of background. This one, I'm not really going to give a summary because I'm not interested in her enough to do that. And I have not seen her on my screen once, I must admit, because I did not watch last season at all. I was barely tuned into the season before the last season. And so the last season, I just was not interested in them. Okay? I don't know why I'm saying it like I'm confessing something or whatever, but um, now I have seen her in an interview, but like so far as watching her on the screen, no, I haven't. So I'm not going to give a summary on her. I'm just going to tell you guys the latest. This is her Instagram as of 2 days ago. And she says, love has nothing to do with what you're expecting to get, only with what you're expecting to give, which is everything. How sweet. Sweet. So deep. So deep. Right here, real quick, I wanted to share something with you guys. I do know, because I heard and I seen from reviews and stuff, that she had a Halloween party and was Medusa. Interesting. That was interesting to me. So, season 13 of Roa was an unsuspecting landing strip for an incoming humanistic portrayal of the ancient Greek myth of Medusa. Falynn Gubadia smiled across the screen and became the host of a Halloween party to which she became Medusa. Of course, I nerded out a little, just as I do whenever someone chooses a character to portray or their own nickname. Here's what I found that's worth repeating. She gave in to lust and got down with Poseidon in the house of Athena. Athena saw them and was like, hail to the now. So she cursed Medusa to be ugly with the horrific face and snakes for hair. Afterwards, she became known as a dangerous threat meant to deter other dangerous threats, an image of evil to repel evil. That can be broken down in so many ways. Falynn choosing someone who gave in to lust and got down with some man in another woman's house, and that woman put a curse on her. But, like, this is evil repelling evil. Is that because they did the same thing? I don't know. Some of you guys listening might be like, "Oh, this don't mean nothing. She just was Medusa for Halloween." And yes, you are correct. But also, there's always something to it when someone um, chooses their own nickname or to portray someone, a character as strong as like Medusa. It ain't like she last minute went shopping and just came as a witch. You know, she just had dark eyeliner or whatever and a witch hat. Nope, that ain't what we're talking about. Mm-mm. Much more elaborate, much more thought out. Good. It's good looking. It's a good looking Medusa. Very good looking Medusa. This is the best Medusa I ever saw in my life. Best Medusa I ever saw. But the background is still, nonetheless, it's very interesting. Very interesting. Anyway, let's keep saging, y'all. Okay, so the first card out the gate, we have Ace of Swords, and it is upright. Good card, beautiful card, especially when it's upright, and it ain't too bad when it's reversed, but this is upright in the past. Okay, and for my regular sages, you already know what I'm getting ready to say and explain, but for the newcomers, let me say this. The past card, very, very important. It is directly affecting the present card. The present card is the answer to the question. The question is, what made her and what surrounded her decision to join Roa, or want to join Roa, want to be on cameras with Roa. I've heard what she said, and I've heard what Simon said. I heard what both of them said. So no need to let me know what they quote unquote said. I'm asking Spirit to just reveal to me so I can reveal to y'all what surrounded that decision, like for real, for real. All right. So in the past, it's the Ace of Swords upright, a past event when you planned ahead and acted quickly. That's what it represents. A past event when she planned ahead and acted quickly. This is a card of victory and triumph. Okay. So I'm getting right now, right when I saw this card and felt that, I'm like, okay, something happened, and you're deterring from whatever happened, because if something happened and your solution is I'm gonna get involved with Real Housewives of Atlanta, that's interesting that that is your solution to an event or something that happened to you in the past. You're gonna jump on this show and like, it's like smoke and mirrors. That's what I feel like saying. It's like smoke and mirrors, like, look over there, but don't look at my Bentley. It might grow. All right, anyway, continuing on. Oh, and I did clarify these cards, okay, with my ultimate clarifiers deck, so let's move on. All right, the past clarifier is an upright card, and it says, stay woke. All right, stay woke. It says you'd rather act or appear dumb than face the truth of the situation, only you know why. So acting or appearing dumb instead of facing the truth. And this is tied into a victory, triumph, for coming up with the idea to be on Roa. Like I said, I feel like the reason why she felt like that was like a great idea and that it was a triumph and a victory to be on Roa is because that'll move anyone's attention away, or his attention anyway, in a different direction than whatever it was that she was doing. Like, when them street people or magicians or whatever move their hand real fast, have you look over there when the quarter or whatever is over here, that type of thing. It's like sleight of the hand tricks. That's what has been shown to me. Let's keep moving. In the present position, we have reversed He was reversed. I turned him up right so we can look at him in his eyes. But reversed, the Emperor. This card says, be careful of someone who might want to take over in your life, at home, at work, or in your social circle. When the Emperor shows up in the reverse, it puts you on notice to stand your ground and hold your boundaries firm. This is kind of weird. You know what? I'm just now getting it. It makes perfect sense now. When she saw Portia flirting with him, I think that's, and him and Simon, I think that, shit, it may have been Jalen too, I don't know, but because all I did was ask what made her want to go on here. Like, just looking at her energy, her feelings, her emotions, and what led her to be like, okay, yeah, they can put me on camera. Because when I say be on, Roa, I don't necessarily, I'm not talking about necessarily a full cast member, but just associated with them on camera, knowing that we're all going to see her as either wanting to be a housewife or she's a friend of. Either way, you're associated with these women. So the question is getting to the core of why does she want to be associated with them? And for the answer to be careful of someone who might want to take over in your life, at home, at work, or in your social circle. And this serves as a notice to stand your guard and hold your boundaries firm. It basically sounds like smiling in your face all the time. They want to take your place. The backstabbers. That's what it sounds like to me. Backstabbers. I couldn't leave that hanging. I'm sorry. Couldn't leave it hanging. Um. So that's what this sounds like to me. But how does that make sense? This is what made you. So because you saw her smiling or whatever, giving googly eyes one time, because you know they say that ain't nobody real friends. They just meet one time for lunch and then they bring them on the cast. I don't even think they necessarily nowadays meet one time for lunch. I really don't. I think they text. And, you know, they text a good 3 days or something and they say, oh, we cool, you're cool. You think I'm cool? Okay, I think you cool, we cool. So we cool. They don't, you know, whatever. They don't be doing, they don't be, only the OGs have the organic friendships. The newer people, nothing is organic about them at all. All right, moving right along to the clarifier of this. This was funny. This was funny to me. It was. The present clarifier is letter from. That's what the card says, but it's saying that you'll receive written information will be coming in soon. Information that you've been waiting to see in a written form. Now, I wonder if that was like a pregnancy test. I know that's not written, you know, it's a stick you pee on or whatever. But still, it represents like something solid, information that when when I channeled these ultimate clarifier cards, and this is the best thing about having your own deck. You know exactly what each of them mean, even from the, you know, the split of a hair, you know what it means. And yes, it's saying written communication, but it also means like something firm, solid, or something confirmed, something solid, like solid evidence. That's what it means when it says, you know, you're receiving something in written form, you know. So anyway, I wonder if that was if that was the stick she peed on, and then, you know, maybe that changed. Apparently, that changed everything, you know. Um, and then at the same time, she's sitting up here feeling like somebody trying to take her place, and apparently somebody was. I don't know. Let's keep going. Well, I do know. Y'all know I know. We all know. Let's keep going. What she saw as the best of this decision is Four of Pentacles. And you know what? I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell y'all something. When I started shuffling these cards for her decision, I want to say a brush, but like a sweep, a wave ran over me of money, like money. And that was weird to me because I was like, she has money, doesn't she? Now, I know there's Simon's money. You know, I never claim, when I say that a person has money, I'm talking about me thinking that they have, independently of whoever they're surrounded by, they have their own money. Whenever I say someone has money or do they have money, I'm not talking about anybody that they married to or, you know, when they crew or whatever. I'm talking about that person. So I had heard that she had money before she met him. So I was curious to see, is money going to come up? And if so, where? All right. So the best of it is she has a controlling attitude. Particularly having 4 of Pentacles as best means that she has money which she can save and invest. So bingo, 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 that's what she wanted to do that for. But whether she got the job or not, she had already cut spending to only the priority products. That's probably because she peed on a stick. Let's continue. The clarifier for the best, which was, you know, 4 of Pentacles. The clarifier for that is the card titled Blinging. Blinging, in the name of Jesus. Basically, what this card says is that someone is misappropriating funds. Someone is taking money and saying that they're going to do something with it, and they're not doing that with it. They're doing something else with it. That's what this card represents. Okay? And it straight up clarified her, the best out of, you know, getting on the show would be money to save or invest. And then they pointed out to me, Spirit pointed out that she had already cut back. So this is where I think the misappropriated funds probably are, like, she's probably, you know, just something. I see in my mind something simple, not anything big and horrendous like Erica from, you know, Beverly Hills, but something small, like maybe her nails or her hair. Let's go with hair. Let's say her hair may be $1,000 every 2 weeks or something like that. But now she's gotten a different blend that's not, you know, the same human quality hair. And so now this one is, you know, 645 or something like that. And so then she saves the rest. That's what I'm talking about. All right, let's move on. And yes, 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 we have moved on to such a beautiful and wonderful spot. This is the time where I ask you guys to please click like and subscribe. All right. And coming up right now, after you click that like and subscribe button, after you click that button, what's coming up is the card that represents what she feels like is the worst. But that's only after you click like and subscribe and share and the bell. So the card that jumped in the position for worst, the worst that she imagined to come out of joining directly or indirectly the Roa cast, is reversed 4 of Swords. The 4 of Swords reversed indicates that the worst in her mind is being completely overwhelmed by financial pressures and headed for a nervous breakdown. See, because the 4 of Swords represents a soldier who has been in a war and battered and bruised, and he's resting. He needs to retreat and rest in order for him to be, and he needs to heal. You know, mind, body, and soul needs to heal. in order for him to be able to get up and fight another day. Like, he is at the end and he needs to rest or die, basically. And so, with it being in reverse, you can already, it doesn't mean like, oh, she woke up and she's refreshed. No, it means that with this card being in reverse, it means not being able to take that rest. Like, what would happen if you are on the edge and you're so tired, battered, and bruised, and you need to rest and you can't? I think that's about the time when a lot of people snap. And so that would be her worst nightmare. And this is not about rest. Well, it's about rest, but not about rest. This is more about finances came up. Financial pressure is what came up. Okay. And so when I saw this, I was thinking, what financial pressure do you have? I thought they said you had some money. And, and I'm thinking, and you're married. Now, this is when I did think you're married. And he got some money too. So they say, what is the problem? Okay. I can tell you what the problem is. If she have another child, another man's, I was not trying to be messy. They say he's so young, he could be a child. If she has a child in her uterus or whatever, like, that must be why she was worried about money. But it's weird because just on regular, normal woman, mama, you know what I'm saying? She got enough money to where that baby will be all right. So I'm still like, what is the problem? I only have one child, and it was eons of years ago. But so baby food may have changed, but they don't make them out of gold nuggets. So I'm still like, even if you was pregnant, why are you worried about money? You know what, you guys? I don't think she had money. I don't know. Maybe she did, but I don't know. But anyway, let's keep going and look at the clarifier. So this is interesting. The clarifier is count your blessings. This appears when the person is not counting their blessings and they are stuck in a woe is me feeling. All right. Now, it also has another meaning too. This meaning is here to tell this person this is a blessing in disguise. So whatever it is that they see as being something that's putting them in a depressive mode or mood, it's a blessing in disguise, and accept it that way, and then be thankful. This card encourages them to be thankful for their blessings, what they do have, and stop thinking about what they don't. So that's a perfect card to clarify the feeling overwhelmed, because she feels overwhelmed. Well, that's in the worst position. So this is what she imagines, but I am totally feeling like she was feeling like that. So I guess being in the worst position, she'd feel worse, because I'm getting from spirit, she was feeling like that. So you already feeling like that, but I guess times 10 maybe. That's not good, girl. This was interesting. So what's to come is the reverse Three of Swords. With the reverse Three of Swords, tarot, love, meaning lovers may find themselves settling their conflicts and forgiving one another. There is a desire here to heal and move past old wounds while looking towards the future. So check this out. Again, this is a card, and with its position, it has two possible definitions. That was one. That little peachy, creamy, everybody's happy, we're moving forward and forgiving each other. That actually sounds familiar, so far as right before they announced divorce. I believe 1 or 2 months ago, they had announced they were happy for their anniversary or something like that. So this was that happy time. This isn't a what's to come position. So this did come. Okay, because remember I asked why was she trying to be on camera with the Roa folks. So all that happy, forgive one another for our past and all that. Let's move forward and kiss, kiss. But however, sometimes it means the very opposite. Wounds may not be healing, but they may be repressed. So they fester and create resentment. Partners may not be able to forgive one another for past hurts. Sometimes, in these cases, it can be better for both to move what on, and that's where they ended up. That's where they ended up. Kudos, I guess, for trying to make it work. But I wasn't behind those walls. I don't know how much trying it was once he found out that, she's pregnant, but not with his semen. I don't know. I don't have semen, so I don't know. But I'd imagine I'd be pretty pissed. I'd be pretty pissed. I wouldn't even want my swimmers to swim next to nobody else's swimmers. Anyway, moving on. Okay, the clarifier is coming in heavy. All right. It's coming in heavy, and it was in reverse, but that doesn't even matter because it has 4 possibilities, and I feel like they all fit. Oh boy. It's just called the bear because it's an image of a woman who is hugging a huge bear, and she just smiling and laying down in the bed like she just getting ready to have some good dreams. So this card, when it shows up, it represents comfort and sleeping well after making a complicated decision or after a big business move. It shows confidence and satisfaction. Also, in a way, the bear card can be viewed as no regrets and or rubbing it in someone's face because you are sleeping well. On the other hand, this card could represent that you miss sleeping with someone or vice versa. Lastly, if this card shows up in a reading that involves a third party, it is a confirmation of an affair. The third party person wants you to know they are snuggling together. So hopefully y'all can see why I was like, ooh, all 4 of those match. All right then. And that is the energy, the clarifier for the 3 of Swords in reverse, which started out with it could mean that you guys are healing. Then it ended up with, nah, psych, y'all not healing. And that was clarified by sleeping well after a complicated decision, having no regrets, missing sleeping with someone, and confirmation of a third party. Let's keep going. All right, now let's look at Miss Falynn's energy. Her energy snapshot, her energy influence. It is reversed 4 of Wands. This card is important because it is the energy behind all of the previous cards that you saw. This card is the influence that drove those cards in the position that they were in. All right, this is what she is working with and coming from. This is the energy she's coming from that brought forth the previous cards, and it is reversed 4 of Wands. This card too means like 2 different things, and I believe they both apply. So let's start. Conflict between family, community, and love life, and fear of public commitment, and public commitment in a personal celebration. but it also means inner harmony and transition. All right. Sometimes, since this card is also the card of deepening your commitments on a more public level, there can be some fear and hesitation about taking these next steps. Change, especially binding oneself with another person, can be wonderful and rewarding as well as terrifying. These emotions can exist together, but she feels embarrassed or ashamed for slipping. Her slip put her in a position that she didn't count on ever being in. She came up with a plan in the moment. This ties back to her deciding to do what I feel is deflect, divert, you know, oh, look over there while they do something over here. Okay, that's how I feel because I feel like her slip, you know, not to say that she didn't ever plan on having this outcome, but I don't believe she planned on having this outcome while she was married to someone else. Okay? So, I believe that pushed her in these cards, from looking at the cards, it pushed her, she had to make quick decisions and how she was gonna like maneuver on up out of this. Because I'm sure she was working on it already because she was already saving money. They said saving or investing. Okay. Um, so she was already making a move to move. But then when you find out something like that, you gotta move quicker. Okay, you gotta move your feet quicker before little feet get on there pitter patter. You know what I'm saying? So it was just quicker. It wasn't like she wasn't gonna leave. But you know what irritates me is because they had just came out talking about how much they love each other. I don't like them lies and that fake stuff. So who was lying? Was it her or him or both? Who was lying? Somebody was lying. How you gonna love each other and want to renew a month before you divorce? Something ain't right. But one more thing. So she achieved commercials, y'all. She achieved a level of inner harmony and stability overall. This is where I feel like she is today. She achieved a level of inner harmony and stability. She had a real struggle with accepting her situation, but this card means she feels like she's balanced now. She has balance now. This is what this card means. She feels like she has balance now. She didn't have it, but now she feels like she had it. So before it was conflict and everything, and she was just feeling all of that, but she now has inner harmony. Okay. I think I clarified this too, so let's take a look. And here comes that clarifier, and this is the reason why I really, really, really feel like she has inner peace now, okay? Because I forgot that Spirit told me to pull from I have a love deck that I channeled from them. And this one, it really has like a lot of keywords, and then it's a puzzle of like a map of the head. Anyway, I know it sounds funny, which is part of the reason why I just went ahead and fuzzed out my cards. Y'all don't need to try to figure stuff out. I know what it is. Okay. So, anyway, the insights for this reading is that the future holds love as the destination. The requirement is to level up and make some changes. The other words are there to fill in the connection. And some of the other words are events, planning, and destiny. All right. So I feel like she's happy. And here's you know what? Now I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm gonna keep it 1,000. I'm gonna keep it 1,000,000. I'm gonna keep it times 10 billion. All right. Falynn, I was gonna say Falynn. Lord forgive me. Falynn. She's happier than Portia. Okay. If we are looking at a happiness scale, now don't get mad. Don't get mad at me, y'all. We can talk about it in the comments. But Falynn has a sense of freedom that she has not had in a long time. This is her energy. It's like fireworks going off. Plus, that also might be because she was very stressed about being pregnant. I mean, obviously, she's so stressed that she lied about it. Allegedly. All of this is alleged, just like I said at the very top of the video. But she's not stressed anymore, and she feels free, like she broke through some chains or something. She feels free and light. Like she doesn't feel heavy anymore. Like she felt heavy and dark, keeping that secret. And now that it's out, she's much lighter and she's like happy. She's happy. And that's good. I don't have anything against happiness. I love happiness, send love and light and happiness. Okay. All of that. But I'm just telling you right now, she has some kind of sense of freedom that whatever Portia has, it's not. You know what? Well, this ain't about Portia. I'm gonna keep it about Falynn. Oh Lord, let me end this before I just keep on messing up her name. But yeah, she's happy. She's happy. I'm not happy about her lying about it. I feel like she lied about it in the beginning, but she doesn't owe me an explanation. So, I'm not that upset. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying just be your authentic self at all times. But I'm not in her life. We're not in her life. We don't know why she made the decisions that she made and, why it went down the way it went down, except for what it is that I had just said, which was all the reasons why she joined ROA. But, not officially holding a peach or whatever, but just getting up into that mess. It was to divert attention away from what the mess truly and really was. And yes, I saw that. See, how can I put it? He was okay with it because I don't want to say encouraged. I think she let him think because you know what? Both of them said the same thing about each other. He said that she brought it to him. She said he brought it to her. I don't know. But then both Portia and her had said something about being on the show, not together in the same interview. In a different interview, both of them had said the same thing, which was being on this show makes you mentally strong. And that's why I'm on it. And I was like, oh my God. The only thing y'all got in common is Simon's penis. Did Simon's penis tell y'all to say that? What do Simon's penis be telling y'all to say? Y'all sound like Siamese twins on that. Same subject, same sentence, same man, same penis. Anyway, let's continue. Right here is where I bid you guys a goodbye. Okay? Until next time, that is. And just remember, become the embodiment of no regrets or live your life in a way to not have regrets. Which do you choose today? And let me put my 2 cents in. That's a quote from me, but let me put my more 2 cents in. One of them is boring as hell, and the other one ain't. All right. You guys be sure to be safe. Wash your hands, please, so that you can come back and ring my bell. Click that like, click subscribe. Do it right now. If you forgot, maybe you were waiting, whatever. Click like and subscribe. All right. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.